Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the new rank 1 for Ultra League, and that is going to be Bellybolt. Now, the reason why it went up is because it can use Parabolic Blade and it's going to be raising your defense. It's already pretty tanky, plus it has Sucker Punch. As far as another charge move, it's all electric, unfortunately, so we are going to just go with the Zap Cannon. We're going to be pairing it up with Galarian Zapdos. You better believe it. Let's have some more fun with this thing. It is my favorite one, so I probably will be picking this one when it comes down to us paying for that $7.99 ticket, so count me in for Zapdos. And then, of course, I had to throw in my boy Skeledirge here because this is just one of my favorite Pokemon to use in Go Battle League in general, right? So if you didn't see my last video, I just want to be clear about something. I understand people still kind of like to play Go Battle League sometimes, not everybody. It's a very small percentage. What I was particularly pertaining to is the particular groups, right? So if you haven't seen my last video, I did upload it pretty late last night, so you probably didn't get a notification. Go check it out. But with that said, let's get into this. I had an absolute blast with this Bellybolt here, so it was fun as hell. Okay, the son of a gun was putting in the work. I will be leading with it the entire time here. Everything on the team did pretty well for me, to be honest with you. You know what I also noticed? You know those two kind of like eyes on the side of its head? Are those its eyes, or are those the eyes right above its mouth? Those two little yellow dots? Because I didn't realize it had those two little yellow dots, or at least those were its eyes, I guess. I just thought that was pretty funny. So yeah, let's see what we have going on here. So they're going to go ahead and swap into their Ninetales. I'm going to farm up a little bit more and then go ahead and bring in my Skeledirge here. We're going to be able to completely shut this thing down. I mean, they could hit me with Psyshock, but that's not what they had there. I am going to go ahead and throw this just so we can build up our attack and we can hold on to our health a little bit more here. Bringing in a Rapidash, so our attack has been raised by 1. And of course on the Skeledirge, we are going to be going with Torch Song. Blast Burn is great. I just prefer Torch Song as well as the Disarming Voice, okay? So bringing in the Bellybolt, immediately going for the Parabolic Charge here, and it is going to be doing a decent amount of damage. Going to go ahead and go for another one. The Sucker Punch really complements it. So say you're going up against Giratina, man, it really helps. So this Omnistar here is in for a ass whooping, looks like. And Zapdos was, I was having a ball with this whole team, to be honest with you. I really did enjoy it, right? I was having so much fun. It's not even like, oh, okay, I was not winning every single match. Look, this is a rock, paper, scissors game. Don't let it get to you, okay? Yes, there is some skill involved. Yes, you can come back from some sort of a horrible situation. But a lot of times you're just cooked and you might as well just, I guess, play it out. But sometimes there's just no way of winning. All right, so we're going to go ahead and see this Alolan Muck keep on hitting me with that Acid Spray. So we're just going to keep on going with the Parabolic Charge here. It looks like they're going to be able to farm me down, and that's not particularly great. So we're going to go ahead and bring in Zapdos because we're going to be able to do more damage faster here. And I don't want the threat of the Dark Pulse, so they're hitting me with an Acid Spray, bring me down to half, and swapping, or not swapping, but throwing in the Cresselia. And we're going to go ahead and bring in our Skeledirge here. And going for the Grass Knot, baiting me. I thought it might be freaking Future Sight. Son of a gun. Going to go for that Torch Song, and they're using that last shield. They're going to go for another one here. We should be looking pretty good at this point. They do have a Articuno in the back. Shiny, it is cooked. They are done. It is over. So recently I have been playing this Pokemon Crystal, but it's remade with Digimon, and it's on a cartridge, and I've been playing it on my Game Boy Color with the backlight, and good lord, it's really fun because I don't know what the typings are. It's like relearning the whole thing. It's so much stinking fun. I'm gonna get the Game Boy Advance one next with Digimon, but anyways, we have an Alolan Sandslash out here. Bulldoze, yeah, it's doing some decent damage. Not really. This thing, when you raise its defense, just good night, sleep tight, get out of the way, you know? It's such a weird Pokemon. I've never used this thing before. I never had any interest. I don't dislike it. It's not one of these things that I'm just looking at like, this is dumb. I just kind of look at it like, okay, sure, whatever. One of those newer Pokemon that I never really got into. Bringing in the Zapdos to farm them down. Shieldless, good night, and Polion, and they have a Glade. Let's see if I can get to that Fly. Not before they're going to be able to get to a charge move. We're going to go ahead and shield it up anyways. Just a Leaf Blade. And that's all right. We're going to go ahead and go for the Fly. And I think they're going to back out. Yeah, we take the win there. We're looking great. Moving it on to the next one here. This is definitely something worth investing, okay? I will say the Swamperts in the front really started coming out and kind of walling me after I started winning because of the algorithm. Yes, there's a real algorithm. If you're not sure or didn't know about it, this game does counter you and give you decent leads or bad leads sometimes, depending upon the situation. But it's definitely something there. Use a particular team. Switch out the typings completely if you're newer to this. Completely, and not just swap around your team, which can trigger different leads and stuff like that. But use a particular team for like a set, right? And then swap them out completely and see what you get next. Or maybe use a team for 2 sets and then use another team and see what kind of leads you're going to start seeing. The ones that you were seeing before are all of a sudden going to vanish, while you're going to start seeing newer leads that kind of help counter your team. Right? It's crazy. So this Caesar is absolutely out of here. All right, next game. I'm going to be seeing a Glissopod. Sorry, buddy, no rock slide for you. But like we've discussed before, the Pokemon that were put on the voting grid for us to pick are going to probably show up again eventually in the future with the moves that they were just presented with. So Wimpod Community Day is definitely still on the table, and Glissopod learning Rock Slide is definitely something that you can see in the future. But they could also potentially have an event where you just simply evolve it and it learns it. I think we've seen that once or twice before, like Shroomish into Breloom learning Grass Knot, even though it's kind of almost irrelevant now. It didn't get a community day, but something like that. But anyways, let's get off that. Gonna go ahead and go for the Flame Torch here, or Flame Song, and we have a Florges in the back. So yeah, this is looking pretty good for us here. We're already vamped up. Bellybolt's not weak to anything that it has if we do go down, which we're not. And looks like the Skeletorch is going to take the win for us here. Bam. So the MVP, I don't know. I think it's like Bellybolt, between Bellybolt and Skeletorch. I don't know. Zapdos did great and everything. It's just sometimes a lot of the typings just don't align with it. But it's just so fun to use. I'm not too sure what's going on here. I included this because were you experiencing this where you just couldn't tap? What's going on? What does it look like on the other end? Can you just not tap, or people trying to like freeze their game to make the other person freeze so they can farm them down, but it kind of backfires? What's the case here? So that Corviknight is going to retreat, bringing in their Dusknoir. We're going to go ahead and stay right where we're at because we do have a Skeletorch that can handle that Corviknight. I mean, technically, we even have the Zapdos with counter, which is going to be doing a decent amount of damage despite it being flying because they are also steel. So we'll go ahead and just work this situation down. And we do have that charge move. We're going to immediately go for it. Is that a Lapras? Is that really a Lapras? All right, that's great. So we'll go ahead and stay right where we're at, getting to another parabolic charge here. Bellybolt it's just OP. I mean, now it's just OP as hell. The thing is absolutely putting in the work. All right, so they're going to go ahead and snipe me with their Corviknight there, actually acting like they're sneaky. That's all right. I got your sneaky right here. Going to go ahead and shield up that payback correctly, and now we're looking amazing here. Going to go ahead and take out that Corviknight, and they're going to go ahead and go for their Sparkling move, which is not going to be enough, unfortunately, for them. Skeletorch putting in that work, but they get to another one, and that's all right, because guess what? That crap I was talking about, Zapdos, is going to come in here and take the win clutch for us with counter. Moving it on to the next one here. What do we got? A Bellybolt versus a Bellybolt. Now, I have a 100% IV that I did make for whatever reason. I didn't power it up or anything like that, but if I did actually use that one, I would be winning CMP up against all of the other ones, but that will take off just a little bit of bulk that we do have. You've seen the IVs at the beginning, so this one I must have higher attack, obviously. That's why it's able to throw before me. So if you're newer, that's how it works. The higher the attack, that one goes first if you both tap on your charge move at the same time, right? So if you're going into Go Battle League and you know you're going to be using a Pokemon that's in the lead, and you know that you might even just encounter the same one quite a few times because it's just something new that people are using, or it's pretty meta for the lead, having higher attack may help you out so you can win those CMPs. All right, so this is a nice matchup here, the Zapdos. Unfortunately, you know, Hydro Cannons is just doing a ton of damage to everything, so there's really no escaping it. But at least we can let the first one go without any worries of anything here. So we're going to go ahead and see them swap. We're going to go ahead and go for the Ancient Power. Now, I could go close combat, but Ancient Power really is kind of nice without lowering my stats. So I can keep going with the Zapdos if needed. So we'll go ahead and shield up that first one. We have the Skeleturge up against another Lapras here. Can we pull it off? I do believe we're going to have to look out for a catch here. I think they might try to do that. Maybe this might be the one. We'll see. Up, yep, there they go. Up, there they go. They caught with the Swampert. All right, very good, very good. But that's all right because this is not enough to take us out here because Skeleturge is freaking amazing. So we're going to go ahead and get to that Torch Song and take the win with our Skeleturge yet again, sweeping up. This is why I like this move so much because it really does start vamping up very fast. Next game, we're going to be met with a Skeleturge, and this is a great matchup here because of the Sucker Punch that we do have. It's going to be doing quite a bit of damage. We'll go ahead and shield up the first one here, Blast Burn, so that's a pretty good call. And they're swapping into a Guzzlord. So we've used our first shield. They still have two. It could be better, but that's all right. At least we have somewhat of a counter here. Going to go ahead and bring the Zapdos in to do that counter damage to the Dark Guzzlord. And they're going to go ahead and shield it up, farm me down. And we're going to throw the Parabolic Charge immediately as soon as we get in here. And let's see what they're going to want to do. Okay, letting it go. Sounds good. We've raised our defense, bringing back the Skeleturge. This thing is putting in the work for me. Let's get it. All right. So now we can take a Blast Burn. No problem at all. So we'll go ahead and let this go here. Blast Burn. Easy. Still in the damn yellow. Look at this tank. Look at this Bellybolt tank. Absolutely love it. One of my favorite Pokemon now. Okay, a lot of people are going to love this thing. Give it a try. You're going to love it. So we do have that dang thing in the back here. So we'll go ahead and go for the Parabolic Charge and just take the win. And then Sucker Punch down the Skeleturge. And we're looking good. Sweeping it up with the Bellybolt. Next game, we have a Wall Rain. This is a good matchup for us, obviously. They're going to be swapping into Venusaur. We're going to go ahead and bring our Skeleturge and just farm them down. We're going to let them throw all the charge moves that they want. And we're still going to be fine. Now, I wouldn't say if it was a Shadow, we wouldn't be looking good because they would be going down faster. But we're going to come out of this with a lot of energy. So bringing back the Wall Rain, we're just going to go ahead and keep on hitting the Torch Song here. And just really build up that energy. And it is part ice, so they are taking a good amount of damage, as you can see here. I almost wanted to swap, but there's probably no point in doing that. I'll just let this go. And it's still not enough, and I take them out. Can you believe that? And we get to a charge move, too. How crazy is that? Let's go freaking Skeleturge. And they have their own in the back. So we'll go ahead and bring in our Bellybolt here. And we have two shields, so we definitely will be shielding this up. So we can just start vamping up that defense. But they do keep hitting the Torch Song, so essentially this is rendering it useless. I wouldn't say useless, it's just even now. Because they raise their attack, I raise my defense, so it's just going normal, steady here. But we still take the win because of the beautiful Sucker Punch quick move. We are going to be met with a Steelix. This is a horrible matchup, so we're going to go ahead and bring in our Skeleturge. And they're swapping into Armor Rouge, which is a pretty interesting thing here. I've had these matchups several times today. Never really see them. I'm not too sure what's going on here. But anyways, we'll go ahead and take it. That's fine. We don't really want to go up against that with Zapdos unless we can get an Ancient Power through, which I highly doubt. So we'll go ahead and just keep shielding it up and kind of just wither them down because that thing is pretty squishy. All right. So they're going to be using that last shield, and I think we do as well. We're going all in here. I don't know about this. Is going to be pretty crazy. We have a charge move. Oh, we have a charge move. Let's go ahead and hit that immediately. I don't care what it is. And they're bringing in a Cresselia. Ooh, this is looking good, actually. So we bring in the Bellybolt. They swap. Great. But the crappy part is they have freaking Psychic, or not Psychic Fang, Thunder Fang. So that's super effective. At least they have Breaking Swipe. Unfortunately, no close combat for me, so we're just going to have to go with the Fly. And, yeah, this should KO. We might survive with like 1 HP. All right, a couple more counters. Now we should be able to take them out. Well, we're going to quick move them down here. That's exactly what we're going to do. So they're going to go ahead and lower our attack. Okay, that's fine. We'll farm them down. They're shieldless, and we're just going to keep on hitting Parabolic Charge here. And, yeah, we're totally fine. Just keep on using that parabolic charge, sucker punching them, and that's pretty much a wrap. We're looking great. This thing was so much fun. Really did help me out. And then they did close out their app here. I'm pretty sure they got a little frustrated. Okay, go ahead and throw a fit. Good game. All right, next opponent. What are we going to see here? Oh, beautiful Tapu Fini. Let's get it. Obviously, this is an amazing matchup here. Quick Move's not doing much, but this is going to do quite a bit, especially after raising our defense. I will take it. So we're going to go ahead and let this go. Easy money, no problem at all. Lowering the defense, so kind of neutralizing it, but that's okay because every time I do this, we are getting that defense buff for the next charge attack. But at this point, they should be able to take us out. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and let this go, and then bring in the Zapdos and farm them down. All right, they are down a shield. I highly doubt they'll have another fairy. Let's see what's going to happen here. And it's a Cresselia, right? So that's not too great. So I go ahead and swap into my Skeleturge here. And I think I let this go. Of course I do, and it's a Future Sight this one time. All right, that's beautiful. Yep, you know how it is. Gonna go ahead and just start throwing the Torch Song here and start vamping up that attack. They're not swapping, which leads me to believe that there might be something in the back that's weak to Skeleturge. We still have 2 shields left. We'll go ahead and shield this one up, hitting me with another Future Sight. And it's another one of those Armarouges. So we're just going to go ahead and hit it up again because one more Torch Song should do it. I know it's not very effective, but the thing's squishy. We raised our attack quite a few times. Let's see what happens here. Yep. Oh, nope, one more. So we will be able to counter, and the Zapdos does have a charge move. And there you have it, folks. Bellybolt, absolutely amazing. Zapdos too. Okay, I had an absolute blast. If you can give this video a thumbs up, that'd be much appreciated. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care.